Hi. Today I'm just gonna talk about what I learned today. But the thing is that I was not really able to learn something really big. So I'm just gonna try to recap the important thing of the my area, which is the front end engineering. Um, so if you have experience of front end engineering, you will able to learn about some kind of React. So what is React? React is just like library, a JavaScript library or the framework. It's simple, but the thing is that we will able to learn about some kind of bundler inside React, which could be Webpack or those kind of things like TurboPack and those kind of things. But my question is, what is bundler? Why we need such as a bundler instead our JavaScript framework or JavaScript library? Why? Um, Let me try to explain about this kind of thing using some kind of like the process of or the steps of bundler. So the steps of bundling is first this is um, first is fetch. It calls the the all the or the files based on the entry point. And the second, it creates dependency graph. And third, there's gonna be transpilation. And last is gonna be optimization. So, so what is bundler actually? The bundler is it's just the make your modules, your JavaScript module into some single JavaScript file. Um, because if there's so many like 5,000 or 100 JavaScript file, there will be some kind of performance uh, decrease because the the HTTP can handle the request just the 6 requests per time per one moment. So if there's 1,000 JavaScript files, if there's like more than 1,000 JavaScript file, if there's a lot of it, there's gonna be performance issue of it. That's why we use some kind of bundler to bundle it. But there's so many reasons to use the bundler. If you look at here, there's also thing as transpilation. So what is the transpilation? Transpilation, we use Babel library to transpile in your TypeScript file or TypeScript XML file into plain JavaScript. And that is why this is really important because the actually the the browser, our Chrome or Safari, whatever, they cannot understand TypeScript. They can understand TypeScript language or XML language because they only can understand the JavaScript, HTML, CSS. So Babel is the one who translate for you because we use TypeScript for increasing developer experience. So so next is optimization. So optimization is basically making your bundles into less code. If there's some kind of code that's not being used, it's gonna be deleted. But interesting part is that in bundler there's no code execution. So there's no code execution. So it just creates some kind of bundle. It it sorry it do these steps one by one without code execution. That means that it just statically analyzes. So this is really kind of interesting part, and this is why the bundler is really hard. But if you're trying to implement the bundler, so you just have to make the two logic first, create the dependency graph, and after that you can just put transpilation. But transpilation, you can use Babel for it, and also in the optimization, you can rather than putting the trace taking because trace taking is really hard to implement, you can use like minification feature, which is the decreasing the line of your code into some string into string, because your 10 lines of code could could include your indentation of it, or some kind of whatever. There could be like your code style of it, and this minification, it just minify your code string to some kind of smaller string, but the logic is same, but it just like decreasing your um, in your text of it. So minification of that. And also, if you try to put, if you already put minification, you should make your bundler to enable the source map. Source map is just the, it's just the, it's just the source map for the block, for the make the browser to identify which part is being error despite of minification, because minification reduces the size or the line of the code to make it short. But if there's something bugs on it, this browser cannot easily too hard to track which part of the code is being error. If it is still, if browser can find which part is being something wrong, but the developer cannot find in their IDE, because this code is already minified. So we use source map to see in IDE rather than the minified context. And also you can just put the cache on it. So why we need some cache? Because the bundler is just the JavaScript module, a JavaScript file, but that has to be cached in the browser. And to reduce the size, the unnecessary HTTP request, we can use the cache of it. Normally there's the default cache of it, but if there's default cache, but if it's like same name but different content but already cached, it's gonna be hard to hot reload. It's gonna be hard to fetch the new changes because you already cached the old one. If you put some kind of new feature on the latest one, there's not gonna be the reload, because there's already default cache. You have to wait for the cache expires. So what you do have to do is you have to make your name, the bundle name, into some kind of hashed name. So that's gonna be unique. So even though bundler creates some kind of hash name, the browser or automatic cache for it. So there's no gonna be like not refreshing error, because the names is unique. The name is unique. The browser is gonna be cached per this name. So there's not gonna be some kind of like, or the cache issue, cache revalidation issue. But the problem is, how are you gonna hash it? The hashing means that they make some kind of specific strings into the unique format string. But the question is, what is the format? What is the content of the string? The content of the string is basically your name, the content of your JavaScript file. This JavaScript file is actually the logic of it. You use the hashing algorithm to make it some kind of small, unique string format, and you put it into name. So that's gonna be automatically cache of it. So that's kind of the thing is that you have to learn about CS, like hashing, or like why we need the cache, or those kind of things. So this is it. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye bye.